Global economy. The global economy is like an iceberg with only a small portion visible on the surface, but a massive, hidden structure that can have a devastating impact when it shifts. The global economy has a staggering amount of hidden debt, with some estimates suggesting that the total debt is over 3 times the global GDP. This debt is often not reported or is hidden in complex financial instruments, making it difficult to track. But what's even more surprising is that this debt is not just limited to governments, but also affects corporations and individuals, leading to a massive economic instability. For instance, the 2008 financial crisis was triggered by a housing market bubble that was fueled by subprime mortgages. The global economy is also plagued by a massive inequality gap, with the richest 1% of the population holding more than 40% of the world's wealth. This gap is not just limited to income, but also affects access to education, healthcare, and other essential services. But what's even more alarming is that this gap is widening, leading to social unrest and economic instability. And the third factor is the one that's really driving this inequality. For example, the wealth of the world's billionaires has increased by over 50% in the past year alone. The global economy is also having a devastating impact on the environment, with climate change, pollution, and deforestation all contributing to a massive ecological crisis. The cost of this crisis is not just environmental, but also economic, with estimates suggesting that it could lead to a loss of over 10% of global GDP. But what's even more shocking is that this crisis is not just limited to the environment, but also affects human health, leading to a massive economic burden. For instance, the cost of air pollution alone is estimated to be over $5 trillion per year. The global economy is also facing a massive systemic risk, with the potential for a global economic collapse that could have devastating consequences. This risk is not just limited to the economy, but also affects politics, social stability, and even national security. And the scariest part is that this risk is not just theoretical, but is already happening, with many countries facing economic instability and social unrest. Now, let's loop back to the economic iceberg that's hiding in plain sight. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed the weaknesses of the global economic system, leading to a massive economic downturn. Send this to the one person who needs to wake up to the economic reality. The global economy is like an iceberg, with only a small portion visible on the surface, but a massive, hidden structure that can have a devastating impact when it shifts.